Hello, brothers and sisters. Good evening from Central California, where we're holding up and praying and fasting. I want to bring us back to what took place here in this area in Santa Maria in 2017. I came here to preach at the Calvary Chapel here, where pastored by my twin sister, Lucy, and her husband, Paul Berry. I pulled up into the parking lot and I said, Lord, what do you want me to speak on tonight? And very clearly, out of the blue, he said, this is Santa Maria. This is Saint Mary, named after Mary, the mother of Jesus. Tell them the Jesus movement is going to be birthed here. Now, obviously, the Jesus movement is being birthed everywhere and will be birthed everywhere. But there are places, thin spaces, where promises are and prophetic words have been given. And Santa Maria is one of those places. When I walked into that meeting that night, Rick Taylor, the pastor of the Healing Rooms, got up, greeted everyone, and said, welcome to Santa Maria, the city called St. Mary, the place where the Jesus movement is going to break forth. I was shocked. But I believe there was something to that. And in 2018, we came back and we had the dream. We're on a 40-day fast. Here again, another 40-day fast for California. And in this fast, at the end of it, my friend had a dream that we were tightening our belt 10 more notches, which would lead us to April 18th, not April 9th. We felt it was the Lord, so we called 10 more days of fasting, and we held protracted meetings there in Santa Maria Healing Rooms. So we shared this. We went there, and when we went there, we didn't really know the significance, but Paul Cain was living in that area, in Santa Maria, and he tells the story how his mother was pregnant with him many, many years before, and she was had a horrifying sickness, had eaten away her breasts, and doctor says there's no way you're going to live, and the child inside of you will not live. But she declared he will live. He was. She laid a hold of God by faith and received healing, complete restoration of her breasts. And Paul Cain, a great prophet, was born. Many years passed by until she was 104 years old, as I recall. And she gave a word to Paul. And she said, God is going to give you one more word before I die. It'll be the most important word that you will have ever received from me. And then without telling him, she went into a coma. She was there for several days. I don't know how many, I don't recall. And she was passing away. Came to the point where they knew she was going to die. And actually, Mike Bickle actually went there to be with her. And suddenly she wakes up out of the coma and she says to Paul Cain, God is giving you Luke 4:18 and the whole world Luke 4:18. Now, you gotta understand, we're in this 50-day fast now, and we're praying because Paul Cain at that time. And so he told us this story about Luke 4:18, that God's going to give him Luke 4:18. Then she passed away on 4:18, and Mike Bickle looked at the clock, and it was at 4:18 when she passed. That is not an accident. So stunning that Paul Cain passed away a few days before the Send in Orlando. My wife and I took a picture because we had been praying, could this gathering of the Send be a part of the fulfillment of Luke 4:18? The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim freedom to the prisoners, deliverance for the outcasts. You know the passage. We got a picture my wife and I a photograph on the side of that stage. I couldn't believe it. When the picture was taken, it's just a spontaneous picture. On the stage, you could just see it when you expand it. It said 4:18 on the time clock for what was going on that day. I know that God is speaking about Luke 4:18. We need to be praying that a deliverance anointing will come so powerfully in this revival that is seeming to spread. We need an anointing to heal the sick. Without it, there is no way we're going to see this breakthrough. So can we keep praying? And I'm sharing another one on Luke 4:18 again tomorrow.